I was coming from a very, very different world. I was shooting for a comedy series. And then suddenly I was given the script of Kohrra 2. And then I met the team. I did one reading with Sir. He also wanted to understand if I fit in or I don't. And then we had several rounds of workshops.
I don't want to channel the emotion for the viewer, maybe just at a few key moments, you just kind of underline that. But otherwise, I think we all had enough faith. I had enough faith in the writing and in the performances to say, you know what, let this speak. And let the silence speak for itself.
It irks me. Sorry, it's a very insipid detail. Why 2 hours in Kohrra?
I can only say one thing. I hate it as much.
I love this show so much in its season 1 that I've been really clamoring to see season 2. And every time I meet somebody from Netflix, I'd say, when is this show coming back? It's finally coming back in the month of February. We're leading up to it. It's Kohrra season 2. Sudip Sharma is still at it, creating his noir genre and recreating and doing such a wonderful job. Barun Sobti is, I call him the gangster Garundi, except that he's a cop. And I'm so happy that Amir Khan's favorite actress, Veer Das's favorite actress, many millions' favorite actress, and one of my favorite actresses, Mona Singh, is part of the cast. And for the first time ever, Faisal joins us. Hello, good people. How are you?
Hello.
Very well, thank you.
And from me, Hrishi K, everybody who's watching, listening, again, Netflix, you have to go and give this show a lot of love. What fascinates you about NRIs and their connection to rural Punjab? Because you're back with that central theme. I'm not saying it's a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
But why you in particular?
Well, I mean, it's rather, if you go to Punjab, and it's impossible to avoid that. Punjab has such a strong, immigration base all over the world. They were the first to migrate to the US, the UK. In fact, I was recently reading somewhere, fun fact, 1800s mein in Mexico, there were Punjabis working on ranch. Back in 1800. So they have always had that very, very migratory sort of and we also know of Punjabis who have fought in the First World War, the Second World War, and all of that. It's just so much a part of the cultural milieu of Punjab that if you really want to tell an authentic story based in Punjab, it will seep in. Some way or the other, it will.
You can't avoid Canada.
You can't avoid Canada.
Please don't mispronounce these words.
Canada.
Toronto.
But I remember, I can never forget, you told me once, in one of the many interviews I've done with you, saying that you were a bit of a gunda in school. तू पिटाई करता था, पिटता था, this, all those.
मैंने भी सुना है, अभी यकीन नहीं होता है इनको देख के.
You can't.
I keep hearing about it.
Decent, well-brought-up boy, because he's married, but girls could take him to their mama and dad and say, want to marry.
Growing up in Delhi, you can't avoid that stuff, right?
I've heard stories.
No, but the thing about Garundi is that he has to be a gunda, but when he's with Sundar Vicky in season 1, and now they've luckily shown us 2 episodes, and when he's with her, he does that bit of a bent spine, Madam Ji, Sir Ji kind of thing. And that is great acting. So talk about that. Talk about how you view this in his scheme of things. कि बहुत बदमाश आदमी है, लेकिन he has to sometime pull himself back.
So I've actually, I'm going to answer this twofold. First of all, that usually when you get the second season of a show, it might or might not excite you. This one, crazed me off. I was like, my God, this is a great opportunity with respect to the range I'm going to be able to display, because I think actors in our country lack range.
Unless you're Mona.
Unless you're Mona, of course. Yeah. And second thing is that very early on in my life, like you said, that I used to be the way I used to be. It's not that I can't be that. I choose not to be that person.
True.
Yeah.
Correct. That pretty much answers it.
Yeah.
But I was wondering in school if you bowed down to authority sometimes.
I actually got I met my wife when I was in 9th standard.
Oh,
so
sweet.
like yeah, so I was life changed since then.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Now he's blushing. Mona, this is amazing. Yeah. How you managed to internalize this character? Oof, it's a very difficult part, huh?
Very, very, yeah.
Because I've seen so many women play tough cops, and they've been eulogized. Rohit Shetty makes these very extroverted ones. But this is so much internal work. Did you spend time with Sudip understanding her, or did you intuitively know this is the way I want to play this?
I was coming from a very, very different world. I was shooting for a comedy series. And then suddenly I was given the script of Kohrra 2. And then I met the team. I did one reading with Sir. He also wanted to understand if I fit in or I don't. And then we had several rounds of workshops to understand the multi-layered, psychologically layered Dhanvant. She's going through so much. There's so much of baggage, personal baggage, the weight of proving herself in a man's world, playing a cop. Not easy. So
Yeah, because in these 2 episodes that I've seen, she doesn't say much.
no, she doesn't. Very stoic.
But, yeah, very that staccato, that stoic look says a lot.
A lot,
There's a
yeah.
lot of it going on there.
Yeah. She's dealing with a personal loss, and then she's also trying to solve the most twisted case under high pressure. There's so much going on in her life. So it wasn't easy at all. But we all feel the writing, it's the writing, which gives you that creative freedom to understand and to explore your character.
So, Faisal, maybe you can start answering this and then we'll come to Sudip. These are interesting casting choices. Mona, internalizing this whole thing is very different. And Pradyuman, who I've seen in Tere Bin Laden. Of course, everybody knows he's a writer and an actor. Tere Bin Laden doing some outrageous comedy, and him to be cast as what he's been cast as. Were there, did you have to go through lots of rounds of audition, or did you guys know that Mona's got to be cast and Pradyuman's got to be cast?
With Mona ma'am, we kind of knew. With Pradyuman, I think we had auditioned him earlier for another character,
Okay.
which was.
Sam,
okay to say,
Sam,
right?
but,
For Sam, I don't know if it's
he
okay to
auditioned
say
for
or not.
another character,
Yeah.
and it was I've really liked his work in Tere Bin Laden.
Yeah.
So Nikita was the one. I'll be very honest with you. Nikita was the one who took Pradyuman out of so his no acting policy anymore.
Yeah, he was
Pradyuman
in
had
that,
almost
yeah.
stopped working,
Yeah.
and Nikita convinced him that you got to do this, and finally he auditioned for some other part, and then there was something. I mean, I really liked that audition as well that he had done, but it was just like. No, for some reason, I don't know why. At that point of time, we just thought of he would probably work better for this particular part. It was just then sometimes you get an instinct when you look at a test, or maybe for a very different part, but it feels right, and he's a great actor, and
He's a terrific actor.
So happy we took that. He was great to work with, and some of their scenes, Mona and Pradyuman, those are my favorite scenes. The shooting in that house between all the scenes between them, and it's just it really did something.
The thing about this show, Barun, is that it is eerie. Even when nothing is happening or something happy is happening, like किसी के घर में गोद भरा ही है, you feel a sense of eeriness कि कभी भी कुछ हो सकता है, Guy sitting on the chat, on the chajja, whatever, barsati, having a drink, and suddenly something happens, all the time. I don't know if he had kept, or these guys had kept that eeriness on the set. Or was it fun and games and then you get into the
You
eerie
have
mood?
no idea. You had to be there. We had a ball doing this. Also, I think the thing was that also the second time round, everyone really knew what they were doing. So we were actually very. There was a few tense scenes where. Also, the thing is that everyone knew the temperament of the set, and that's reflected by the temperament of the director, of course. So if it was an easy scene, we're having fun. If there were scenes that were tough, no one had to be told. Usually, what happens is the director has to be like, "Ki, guys, everyone's going to shut up. It's very serious." And everyone knew that this is the place where we have to be. This is the space we have to give the director and the actor. So it's like, we hit the ground running. That's pretty awesome.
I'm interested to see how this relationship between Garundi and Dhanwant is her name, right?
Dhanwant.
Kaur develops, because initially she thinks he's a bit of a fool because she says ये process नहीं follow करता, ये क्या investigation किया आपने, lady officer होना चाहिए था आपके साथ, आप लेके नहीं गए. At the same time, he's also viewing her with, अरे घर पे एक है, एक जनानी है, वहाँ पे भी एक औरत है जो सर पे बैठी हुई है. So there's a mutual slight distrust that's happening there. You know, if it's not giving away too much of a spoiler, talk to me about that, because it's a very interesting relationship, both on paper and the way you guys are playing it.
See, it's a new posting, new boss, you know, that too a lady boss. And me also forced to work with somebody who I don't want to.
Correct.
And given a case which is a very high pressure case, and a case which is so twisted in its own nature. He carrying unresolved pain, I am carrying that unresolved pain. There's so much of silences that we have played with, you know, and the unspoken understanding that Garundi and Dhanwant share. And then eventually, you know, the relationship evolves with a lot of trust and empathy and sharing the goods and the bads. So you will see as the show unfolds. There's a
They're
lot
also so
that comes
diametrically
out.
opposite,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
personalities, you know.
They are,
I mean,
they're completely
she
opposite,
follows
yeah.
the rule book. He doesn't
He
care
doesn't.
about
He's a
it.
maverick.
You know? Yeah,
Correct.
you know, he has his own method.
No, but then
yeah,
you
that's
see
the
it-
beauty of the show, actually,
Yeah,
to be honest
yeah.
with you. Like, there is obviously, like, with respect to at least performances, if I'm going to say this, as the beauty of the show, how this relationship evolves.
Evolves, yeah.
No, there is a fantastic scene which kind of shows me a little bit of how it could be. Because people who have individually been through pain share something when they get together. Like, she's picking up her, she's gone to meet her husband, I'm sorry. And, you know, he sees her in the rearview mirror. Garundi does.
Oh my
And he
God,
thi-
Paji
Yeah.
picked it up. Imagine.
Fantastic scene, you know, where she's just throwing a
Nice.
bottle into this thing, and he notices that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't go into details.
Right.
He just says, "Ke aapke husband hai?" And she says, and that's it. But you can see in that moment that he says, "Boss, I get this shit."
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's great writing, yeah.
Great writing.
No, but the execution.
And the execution.
Writing actually was, there was, yeah, these guys did it at the right moment, and right over there.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to
Yeah.
actually deep dive into that scene. Why would you choose to show it through the side view as opposed to, just showing
But did it
everybody?
work?
It worked
So
beautifully.
that's why.
That's what works. It's the understated.
No, I think also we must give credit to the DP over here.
Yeah, of
Ishan.
course. Yeah.
He's shot the whole show extremely well, and
So his idea to do this particular one.
That particular, I mean, we wanted a shot similar to that, and Nishan came up with the idea of doing it from
putting
I
the
didn't know
camera
this.
at the place
So it's-
of where the side view mirror would
Yeah.
be. And when he first explained this, I was like, okay, I don't know how this will play out. But when like the camera went there and we got Barun and then Mona ma'am coming in throwing the bottle, it worked like a charm.
It did, yeah. yeah.
Lots of silences. I mean, you have BGM directors, you have to, but you've used it very sparingly. Any particular reason?
I think that's the nature of the show. I want it to breathe. I don't want to channel the emotion for the viewer. You know, maybe just at a few key moments, you just kind of underline that. But otherwise, I think we all had enough faith. I had enough faith in the writing and in the performances to say, you know what, let this speak, and let the silence speak for itself. Because I mean, if you're really sort of trying to tell a story about pain and broken down communication between two people, I think silence is the best resort.
This is
for
very
that.
interesting. I want your opinions on this as actors. Have you seen the show? A couple of episodes? Have they shown it to you as yet?
Not yet.
You haven't.
He's seen it.
You've seen it. Yeah. So maybe you can answer this. You know, like even when, I don't want to give a spoiler, but even when let's say a homicide is shown, a dead body is shown with a talwar or whatever it is, there's no nothing. It's just stark. which we're not used to in Indian cinema. We're not very used to, it's it's a little unsettling, but it's supposed to be unsettling, I guess. How do you view it as an actor who's watching that scene?
I can't tell you as an actor because I was part of the later part of the scene, but as I saw it, like I said, I loved the execution throughout the whole deal. And I think, how do I say this without insulting people? The whole idea of that thing that you're talking about, ki da 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 is not happening and stuff, it makes it far more intriguing for that matter. Even if you see the lighting of that scene, you hardly see the face of the woman who's gone away and stuff like that. And I think that's the idea of these guys' creation. Build intrigue. And that's not the only idea. The thing is, when eventually it pays off really well in the end, then you're like, oh, I understand, and that really start respecting the product.
So, Punjabis in the pinned. All my urban Punjabi friends say, man, we don't get to go to the pinned enough. We don't get to go to rural Punjab. I don't know if you shot in rural Punjab. Did
We
you?
shot in rural Punjab. Yeah.
Which city, which town was this? Do you remember?
Based out of Amritsar this time round.
And you kept going in.
Fagwara. And then we were like 2 hours from Amritsar.
Yeah, Taran, Majitha. We went everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And is that after a long time that you've been there? I mean, you must have been going to shoot, but did you get to spend time?
Yeah, I loved it. I just loved being there, like shooting early mornings and 4 o'clock all time. And you listen through the Gurbani playing in the background. It was surreal. It was just so beautiful. It made it more real, shooting in these kind of locations. And even Dhanwan's house, for that matter, when you talk about the production, the setup, it was just so authentic.
It is.
It felt dry and dead.
I love the way she goes to the microwave, heats, comes inside.
Yeah.
Eats,
Yeah.
comes inside.
So how many times did you turn on the lights?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sir told me that be very meticulous. This is your everyday job.
But it shows that emptiness
No
in her life.
expressions,
It's very
just
nice.
empty,
It's
dead.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it really helped. Punjab really helped. It's a character in itself,
Yeah, so urban Punjabi in the pinned. Enjoyed yourself.
I'm not an urban Punjabi, but I had a ball, man. It was not where you are, it was a set of the people that you were with. And also at the same time, Kohrra stays really, really close to my heart.
Of course, man.
And I'm actually very close to Sudip Paji as well. So, and it was his first time directing.
And producer.
And producing.
Many congratulations.
So,
for those of you who don't know, it is Sudip's first as a producer. He's an acclaimed director, writer, but producer. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really wanted to give it my all. And the thing is, we were actually having so much
We were having so
fun.
much fun.
You
And
know,
it was so cold.
yeah, it was nicely
Oh my
cold.
God, this is Punjab in the winter.
Yeah.
You need the Kohrra.
You need the
of course,
car.
you need the
Yeah.
car. But did your first time producer feed you well? Were dhabas,
So I
food
must-
at dhabas were consumed or not?
I must clarify, I'm a producer only by name. The producer
Saurabh
really is
producer.
Saurabh
Yeah.
Malhotra,
Saurabh,
fine.
from
yeah.
Film Squad. He is.
He's
And he is
phenomenal.
He's fantastic.
Well,
you know.
he is phenomenal. Malab, he's the kind of person in front of whom you'll be like, oh, nice coffee. So there'll be a stall of coffee.
Yeah,
how
coffee.
lovely.
The
Yeah.
next day on the set for the whole crew.
Coffee,
The food is really
kulfi.
good, and he is just phenomenally sweet.
It's the hospitality,
He's
which really
just
gets
great
you
with
going.
this. Yeah.
Ah, how lovely. I mean, let's talk about Ranvijay a bit. Again, popular culture knows him as the VJ who's, got into acting. He's got a sort of sporty adventure side to him. Again, urban boy, You've kept that because you've made him an NRI. But again, interesting choice, casting him at that, You could, I mean, there are so many other actors from the regional industry that you've cast,
Right.
You could have gone that route, but why Ranvijay?
I mean, again, all credit to Nikita and Ranvijay himself. Nikita brought up this idea, and I was a little, apprehensive because I haven't really seen much of his fiction work.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure of. I mean, we have all grown up watching roadies,
yeah.
you know. So वो बहुत देखा है मैंने. But I remember Nikita bringing this up, and I was like, sure, but I don't know if would he like to test, because I would want to see that, you know. And so he was ready to test, and then later when we saw the tests, and I remember watching it and like, man, this guy can act.
And he's terrific in the show.
The test was phenomenal. Yeah. It was phenomenal, and I was like, man, this guy can really act, and I was surprised that he hasn't acted enough.
Correct.
And then we met him, and he's a wonderful guy.
He's a lovely guy.
Both of them, both Ran and Harman.
Yeah. I met Harman as well recently, and
both lovely
guy. We're meeting him again on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was just really came out of that test, really, you know. And I hope he does more of fiction work, because we have a very talented actor among us who is doing too much of reality TV. You know, I wish he would do more of fiction.
Good, as long as people like you keep giving him work, Ran will keep doing what he's doing. That's lovely. Last question has got to be it irks me. Sorry, it's a very insipid detail. Why 2 hours in Kohrra?
Why Faisal, 2 hours in Kohrra?
I mean, is it? Sorry for asking. Is it a numerology kind of thing? I mean, like back in the day, Mona would do, Ekta would do a lot of this.
Right.
You know, she'd be like, should we do it? I mean, and she's open about it.
Right.
Ekta Kapoor is very open about that. Is it numerology, astrology? I don't know, or just the way it rolls out of the tongue?
I mean, I don't know. I joined
in the
Sudip,
second season. Okay, Sudip, you have to answer. Kohrra.
Baji, we have to be honest.
I think it's a swag.
Okay, no, I think okay. Now that
I don't think you're going to get asked this question again through the day.
I mean, this was asked yesterday also, but he evaded the question yesterday.
No, I can only say one thing. I hate it as much.
I don't hate it, but I have to say,
Oh, sir.
If there was one thing I could change about the show, there was one thing. In fact, I did ask. I did ask Netflix that you know, I was like, I know we are making the second season, but is it possible to change the spelling? And they were like, no. It's all in the algorithm. It's all linked and all of that.
So it's the algorithm, not the numerology.
No, man. Monica and Tanya are very smart ladies.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're making a decision,
so
it's got to be something behind it.
They vetoed me down.
I'll go.
And but we changed the font at least. I had a little bit of my revenge.
I cannot wait to see the rest of the season. All of you, please, drops in February. Kohrra Season 2 with these excellent people. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
94.3 Radio 1.